know I thought I was going to be doing the big reveal on Friday with everything I found out today. But I've already got people coming at me. What is up with that? Calling me a liar, saying I'm throwing everybody's name under the bus, all that fun stuff, whatever. So, because I am being called a liar, and because I've got people out there trying to discredit me, I'm just going to go ahead and tell you. So, I'll give you a little story. I'm at work, doing my thing, doing my job, and I get this notification on my phone saying someone wants to send you a message. And I open up the message. It's from a person who says to me, "I think you're awesome." I'm like, thanks, And then this person says, "So I don't really know what happened to Marissa, but I do know a lot of information about the family, and I'm very involved with them." I said, "Okay." So then I have her join a group call with myself and the other people in the group that I'm in. And about 5 of us were on the phone with her, and she gave us this amazing story. And she confirmed some things for us. Oh God, where do I start? It was so much information. And those of you who are on the call with me, please message me if I forget anything. Hi, Bryn. So, let's start there. We now know the circumstances behind why Smoke has child abuse charges. We also know what happened to Marissa's child, the one without the arms, and why they are all in care. So, we'll start there. So Smoke, apparently in his infinite wisdom, thought it was great to beat a child with no arms with a belt to the point where he broke his hip. So that is what happened to that baby. Smoke did it. Let's see. And then he got in trouble. Supposedly Marissa set him up when he went to go pick up the kids. So the cops got him getting the kids, and he had drugs and everything in his car. So that got him into some trouble. So he may not be happy with Marissa. Let's see. The person who gave us this information used to give Marissa rides back and forth places. Yes, he was born with no arms, Bryn. To be correct, yeah, born with no arms. It's some dysplasia disease. I'm not sure what the technical term is. I couldn't even pronounce it if I had it in front of me. But the person who gave us this information used to give Marissa rides back and forth. Gave her a ride to Marissa's uncle's house, and I'm using it like this because I don't know if it's really her uncle. But Marissa went in there and came out with a bunch of pills, and the person asked her, "Where the heck did you get those?" And Marissa tried to tell her, "I got them from the doctor," and she's like, "No doctor gives you loose pills." So that pretty much ended their friendship right there when she did that, because this person had their kids in the car when Marissa went and did that. This person also confirmed that Marissa was a prostitute, used to give her kids gummies, send them upstairs, give them gummies so they'd sleep so she could have sex with men downstairs. Let's see, what else? There's that. Sarah knows about all of this. Let's see, Marissa apparently ran that house to the point where she would beat up her mother and her sister. Let's see, Emma, you used to apparently go up the street on the corner of English and get crack. Let's see, what else did we hear? Marissa did say that if anything ever happened to her, Smoke did it. That's a big one. That's a real big one. If I go missing, Smoke did it. So, hey, Detective Denny, we solved it for you, man. Go arrest Smoke. Just so much information. So much information. And let's see, this person also said that Marissa's oldest child is the child of her stepfather. Yeah, Brad, I hear you. I get wanting to protect your daughter's reputation, but how the hell do you expect her to be found leaving all this out to her mom, Sarah? Yes, I agree. It's very hard to do an investigation if you don't have all the information about the person. Oh my God, there was just so much information. I'm sure I'm forgetting something. So yes, so let's recap. So Marissa said if anything happened to her, Smoke did it. She was buying pills. She was giving her kids gummies so she could trick down in the basement or downstairs. Smoke broke the baby's hip by beating him with a belt. And that's why they're in foster care. That one I'm not sure on, Realty, because I don't think I heard that part. Tell how Marissa dived across the bed and two-pieced her ass. Yeah, yes, I knew about that. Marissa, I did mention that already. Marissa was beating up Sarah and Emma. But this is so much information. So Smoke himself has charges of animal abuse and drugs and everything else. So it's probably not much of a stretch that he would have hurt one of his own kids. And possibly Marissa and killed her. These are things that are very possible. I do know the detective was very keen on the fact that when he talked to Smoke, all Smoke could talk about was the child abuse charges, not where's Marissa. And I'm sure Sarah and Emma know the address of 801 English Street. You call me a liar. How is it this woman who's been told by detectives, this woman meaning Sarah, has been told by detectives that Sean and Jersey are no longer really being considered in this whole mess? Now knowing this, now I understand why Naj is terrified, because Smoke sounds like a very scary, dangerous dude. So I can understand why Naj is not saying much. I truly don't think Tasha really knows too much. She has not come up in the conversation. Right, and I agree. I don't think they really care. And buying crack from 801 English, yes, that's why they were going to English Street. They were buying the crack there. This family sounds like a motley crew. A true motley crew. Everybody is doing whatever. Kids are being doped up so people can have sex. You've got people buying crack up the street. And it's a wonder why these kids are in foster care. Really? Come on. But does this give us an answer as to where Marissa is? No, it does not. We still don't know where Marissa is. But I think we figured out who put Marissa somewhere. Oh, yeah, thank you. I also forgot. Apparently Marissa did not have a very calm demeanor around her children. She actually had smacked the boy with no arms so bad that she bloodied his nose. So that has actually happened as well. And yes, Realty, I already mentioned that a year and a half ago, we found out Marissa's stepfather is the father to the oldest child Marissa has. All that was told to us today. And this came out a while ago. And I apologize. We need people trying to call in while I'm doing this. And did I just go? Okay, I'm still alive, thank God. I've meant that usually when people try to call in, I tend to get kicked out. Okay, so let's recap. So Marissa was a prostitute, gave her kid gummies so she can have sex. Smoke is a psychopath. He hurt the baby, broke his hip. And we've heard from multiple people that Sarah was stealing drugs out of that house. And Marissa is a bully and meanie and was beating up everybody around her. So all this information gives us the idea that not only does Smoke know what happened to her, but quite possibly Sarah too. Because I'm sorry, if my child is beating me up on the regular, I may not want her around. Just saying. And then apparently we also heard another story about Sarah was supposed to be taking care of a neighbor and almost let the old woman die because she never took care of her. That was bad. Paramedics had to come in. She ended up going to a home. So, feel so bad for these kids. I really do, because foster care is not the greatest thing in the whole world, but foster care has got to be better than what these kids were seeing in this house. 5 children and I don't know how many adults in this house living in a 2-bedroom house. That's a lot. That is a lot. And yeah, I mean, and this person that gave us this information has known Marissa and them for a few years. So this is, I want to say this is legit. And Smoke, I mean, I know we're talking about you and all, but you have yet to make a statement about any of this stuff. People are talking about you, running your name in the dirt, you have yet to reach out to anybody and say anything. Try to confirm your innocence or show any type of care. Sarah tried to tell me that I was wrong, that you're good with your kids. But here's the thing, though. You keep saying, I mean, I have got YouTube comments from Emma saying that you, Smoke, had your kids. And I know for a fact your kids are still in foster care. So why is Emma telling everybody that you had the kids? And Sarah, why are you doing GoFundMes to get money to take care of your grandchildren when your grandkids are in foster care? Answer that, Sarah. Please answer that. Because that just sounds like you guys are running a game here. So, oh yeah, and Sarah told me that the reason why Smoke hasn't said anything is because he's undercover looking for Jersey and Sean and trying to find them to get answers. Dude, you're really bad at this, okay? Because everybody and its brother has seen Jersey and Sean, all over Greensboro. So, yeah, don't go into detective work because you kind of suck at it. And I'm not a detective. I just talk about things, and I have logic and sense and a brain, and can see 1 + 1 = 2, not 1 + 1 = 3. Yeah, I think that's the math Smoke's doing. But there's a lot of things Sarah Carmichael has to answer for, and Emma, and Smoke, for that matter. I'm sure Mo has some knowledge of some of this stuff, but right now, I'm sticking to what we found out today, and it's really looking at these 3 here. And I'm going to open the floor up to questions, so I'll be glad to answer any questions you have, or to the best of my ability. Yes, I'm also reminding you all that when he was picked up by the cops at the school, when he was getting the kids, he had drugs, a gun, all kinds of stuff. And when the kids were taken from Sarah's house, apparently the house was in a very bad state of affairs. I mean, it was dirty, it was messy, it was bad. Oh yeah, and yeah, Sarah and Marissa did drugs together. I forgot about that. Thank you so much. So, but like I said, if anybody has any questions, I'll be glad to answer them, or if you want to make a comment, I'll be glad to read it out, on live. Like Brittany said, the math ain't mathin' on this case, girl. And you're right, it's not mathing at all. Not mathing at all. And I know some mathematicians, and they would say this is just not mathing. Maybe on the theoretical level, but it's not mathing. So, but that's really all I got right now. I mean, it's some huge tea. So we've got, Smoke, aka Charles Lindsay, with animal abuse charges where he was incarcerated for that. So do you have any idea what you have to do to be thrown in jail for animal abuse? Like, seriously, that's bad. He's got drug charges. He's got domestic violence. He's now facing child abuse charges. Marissa actually has a court date coming up next month, and she was being charged with simple assault and marijuana possession. So it'll be interesting to see if she shows up for that court case. But I don't think she will. Because again, I've said this for some time now, I truly believe she is no longer living. And I hate to say that, but I don't believe she's living. And if those kids have to choose between Sarah Carmichael and Smoke to live with as their next of kin, God help them. Okay, so I've got a question. Can you tell us who Beach Peach is in Doodlebug? Beach Peach is, her actual name is Echo Faith, or Faith Echo. I believe she is a relative of Sarah Carmichael. And Doodlebug is Jamie Lipford, who also has a webpage called the Missing Person Foundation, where she looks for missing people as well. She was a friend of Marissa's and also worked at the Waffle House with Marissa. That's who they are. Let's see. Do I have... Yeah, Smoke is partying like a rock star. Last weekend, I mean, he's acting like the woman who who birthed his children is not even missing. I mean, the guy is no conscience whatsoever. None whatsoever. All right. Any other questions? Yeah, that's a good question. I would love to see Doodlebug and Beach Peach pop up on here and really confront me, because I have no problem going on here live talking what I have. I did talk to the detective. I was the only person there. He didn't question me. I'm not a suspect. He gave me information. I gave him information. And he's gotten other information. Now let's look at what has happened to me in this case. I have gotten a phone call from Mo Dallas threatening me that because Sarah gave him my phone number, which is not okay on any level whatsoever. I've got people inboxing me, making sure I'm safe, making sure I'm careful, because this is a dangerous situation. You've got people who have actually, if it's proven, ended a person's life. So they've already done it once. It's that easy to do it again. And I have protection. I do. I don't brandish it around, but I do have protection. But we're not dealing with simple people here. Or, I mean, they might be a little simple, but we're not dealing with pacifist people here. We're dealing with some scary people who would probably do just about anything not to go to prison. So if they have done something to Marissa, they're going to make sure I shut up, because they don't like people talking out their business. So, but at the end of the day, I'm keeping her name out there. People are going to criticize, people are going to make comments, and that's fine. You all have a right to your opinion, just like I have a right to say what I want to say right now. So go ahead and come at me if you want to, but I'm not going to stop, and I'm not going to stop talking, and I'm only speaking the truth of what I know to be the truth. Because everything I put out there after I talked to the detective is what has been verified. That is, Jersey and Sean are no longer being considered. Another person that they had talked to and had basically ruled out is this guy Justin, who was a boyfriend of Marissa's that happened to have a fiance at the time, and he also worked at Waffle House, and there was some stuff going on there. So I'm being asked to explain a little bit more on what the friend said. And hi, Susan. Oh, I haven't talked to you in a long time, Susan. So, Susan, I am talking about the Marissa Carmichael missing person case that happened back in January. She's a mom of 5. She's from High Point. She went missing on the 14th of January, and she's still missing. So that is what I'm talking about. And we're discussing all the information that has come up today. So, the friend. I mean, the friend also stated that Sarah and Naja are pathological liars. Nothing can be believed coming out of either one of them. Marissa's a bully. Marissa sold herself. I'm not quite sure what more I need to add, because, she gave a lot of information, but that is what I remember her saying, that she sold herself, she gave her kids gummies, she was buying pills, she was using pills. Oh, yeah. And so here, let me say this. This child abuse case. Now, when it first came up, we didn't know that this even existed. Another person in the group was going through court records and found that he had this pending court date. And that's when we found out there was child abuse charges. Now, Smoke does have 10 children with multiple women. So I asked Sarah, what is this about? Do you know anything about this? And she told me that she was the one who took the child abuse charges out on him because she didn't like the way he spanked his kids. That's what she had told me. She also had told me that that Marissa was going to testify on his behalf, and that made Sarah angry. So let's turn this around here, because you can't have her where she's going to testify on his behalf and then turn around and set him up to be arrested by the police with guns and drugs when he's picking up the kids from school. So I truly believe that has something to do with why she's no longer present. I think he got angry. I think he got super mad, and he took an opportunity and got revenge on her because he's looking at some time. And he doesn't have his kids. And Sarah's full of it. Again. I don't know how many times I can say this. Sarah is full of it. I've got somebody who's close to the family telling me she's a pathological liar. I mean, I have text messages and voice memos from Sarah, and I did a live interview with her, and she contradicts herself in all of this. So it doesn't help that I have this information proving this altogether. Naja has changed her story 3 or 4 times in the times we have talked to her. But here's somebody who's actually kept it straight. And that's been Tasha. She made it clear. I just drove them into Greensboro. So I mean, that's one story that really hasn't changed is Tasha's. Jersey has said multiple times, all I did was I gave her some money, I kicked her out the Exxon. But why did you throw her phone out of a moving car? Why didn't you give her back her phone? So that's always a question that I'm always going to have, because we as the group and the police have no idea where this phone is. It's never been recovered. And then she also apparently used to ride around with a guy with a white Explorer and leave her kids with the person who gave us all this information. So there's that too. Not sure who the person is with the white Explorer. So if anyone who knows Marissa and knows the family and can identify who that is, that'd be great to know. Do I have any other questions regarding this case? Yes, and she would ride around with this person for hours, so we have that established. It just didn't sound like that Marissa really wanted to be a mom all the time. She wanted to party. She wanted to have fun. She was young. But my thing is, if you don't want to have 5 kids, if you don't want 5 kids, and wrap it up. Sorry, I have people messaging me. Okay, so, but yeah, I'll be glad to, birth control. Thank you, Cassandra. Yes, birth control is key. Birth control is key. So, it's still sad because now we're getting close to 100 days of her missing, and we still don't know where she is. And now we're getting even more clarity as to who the real suspects are in this case. And unfortunately, it's the family. I mean, when you hear about the history of murder and missing people cases, the first people they'll always look at is the significant other or the family, because stranger abduction and stranger murder is very uncommon. It's almost always a crime of passion. And I could see why Smoke would do this. I mean, if she was messing around, got you in trouble, you got all these misdemeanor child abuse charges on you, I can understand why he may be a little ticked off and want to come after her and whatnot. Which might also explain why Naja and Mo may be involved at some point. So, these are things I really can't answer 100% because until one of them confesses to what happened, this again is all speculation, but speculation based on information getting from a reliable source. Right, and I mean, all this is true, but our baby daddy needs to stop hiding, and his mom and her mama needs to stop being a hush mouth and about what's really going on. I agree. And yes, I truly believe Sarah is receiving money from somebody to keep her quiet. I'm thinking it's Mo. I could be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure it's Mo. Because why else would she give him my phone number? He doesn't need my phone number. You could have messaged me on Facebook. We could have chatted that way. But no, you gave him my phone number. You could have sent him my Facebook profile. I'm still caught up on that. He's being suspected by the police, and you go and give him my phone number. What? Sarah, next time a serial killer comes into town and he's like, hey, I want to kill somebody. Got any phone numbers? I'm going to give him yours. Because I think that's fair. But you don't give somebody who's suspected of killing somebody their phone number. You just don't do that. Yeah, exactly, Realty. She wants to know why, why would she do that? And she wondered why we talk about her. Yeah, we talk about her because she did something stupid. Stupid. But, oh, God. This case is going to give me a migraine. So, y'all, I'm going to probably end this here in a minute because I'm not getting too many questions. And there's just so much. So much. And if I get any more information or if I remember something I forgot to add, I'll pop back on here and go into all that. And I'm going to be back. I'll be back. If I have more information or if I remember something, I'll be back. But like I said, originally this whole reveal was going to happen on Friday. All the drama and everything. But because people couldn't handle my 3-minute, 34-second video talking about information that I just received and wanted to call me out as a liar and being nonsensical, now, I have to come out here and give the tea early, which I did, which is fine. I'm sure you all are glad I'm doing it now instead of making you all wait for 2 days. But there you have it. So, final recap. Smoke did it. No, seriously. Smoke and Marissa were very contentious. It was very abusive on both ends. And she made it clear to anybody who would hear her, if something happens to me, he did it. So you can't really argue with that. You just got to prove it. And yeah, I mean, I don't have proof that he did it, but it is what it is. But he did it. Sarah probably co-signed it because she started getting her ass kicked by her daughter. And oh God, so messy. So freaking messy. Why is everybody calling me messy? And I'm not the one doing it. I'm just talking about it. You all are the messy ones. If you weren't so damn messy, you wouldn't have anything to talk about. Did you ever think about that? Seriously. Stop being messy and I'll stop talking. I can talk about somebody else. But y'all are just so darn messy. And, somebody apparently involved in this case got a new car. We don't know who that is. So if you know anybody who Marissa knew intimately or whatever, and you see them with a brand new car, let us know who that is too. But without any other questions on here, I am going to go ahead and end this. And, thank you again for tuning in. This is Rebecca with Red True Crime. Be weird, be rude, be safe. And No, I don't believe the car's from the GoFundMe. They didn't get enough money from that. Good question, though. But no, the car's not from the GoFundMe. But as I was saying, be weird, be rude, be safe. If you're weird and rude, they won't take you. I truly believe that. And I'm afraid that Marissa is gone. We just got to find her. And those poor kids. Who knows what's going to happen with them at the end of all this. So, well, my YouTube channel is Red True Crime. I post here on Facebook and across all the social media sites. And so let me say this. We have contacted a couple psychics. I'll probably come back on at another time and discuss all the leads we got from that. But right now, I'm just talking about this one lead we got from one person. Well, it was like a massive amount of information from one person. So, again, my YouTube channel is Red True Crime. And I have a Facebook page for Red True Crime, so you can go ahead and like that too. And if you have questions or you want to know, you have an idea, reach out to me. I'm always available. I will respond. It might take me a minute, but I do respond. And if you have criticisms, let me know. I'll take it. I can take criticism. I'm not afraid. And no, I don't send people out to harass you if I get some bad press. That's not what I do. I just accept it and keep going. People are so stupid. Anyway, have a great night. I'm going to end this right now, and if anybody has questions, let me know, but Red True Crime out. Peace.